game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach. Put me in the game. They put me in, so I'm going in. You play for fun, I'm playing to win. Back on the wall, I'm ready for war. If I beat them before, I could beat them again. They thought I was done, I went on a run and beat all the odds and got even again. Watch what you say, I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game. Your goals, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey, coach, put me in the game.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to... as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Herbert going to go to the air right away. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Herbert. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Third play in this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. In motion left is Wilson. Herbert on 3rd down now. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
On the return is Jones. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 26-yard line.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Now Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. So not only do they get the fumble recovery on the punt, but now look at this field position. He almost took it the distance.
And the ability to not just make the play, but turn it into something big, that's what coaches harp on all the time. How do we create big plays that'll change the game?
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Alvin Kamara. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Marcus Jones picks it. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run out of fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time, and you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Kamara gets it again on second down. Shoves him away. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Kamara will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Now they'll run the end around here with Judy, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Jerry Judy, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
And it's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And they'll start at the 25 as McKinnon decides against returning it. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. Here's Jones on the return. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Excellent work on the run back there, 33 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
The Falcons and Panthers, of course, division rivals. But it wasn't a great year for either offense last year, that's for sure. Look at the final numbers. The Falcons, they were 29th in the league in total yardage. The Panthers were 30th. Certainly both looking for an uptick here in 2020.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Falcons grab it. He's at the 40, 20, 10. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and that'll cut the lead to 21-7. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And they are over 500 for the season, 4-3. They got back above 500 with a victory last week. And, Charles, you think this is a very important week for them, do you not?
I certainly do, because when you start to do the math, and yes, I'm using my fingers to count. If you're 4-4 at the midway point, let's say you're saying 10 wins is your cutoff line for a playoff berth. It's usually right around that number. A loss here, all of a sudden you've got to go 6-2 down the stretch just to reach 10 wins. That means this game is vital.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter.
Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's going to air one out.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this street, the pass rushers, because most of the time they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers, to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. First carry for Nick Chubb. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. He finds his man Johnson. But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Here's Herbert. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And he's going to get this down near the 25. The Falcons at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late. Winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here. And if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason. And we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They're looking at third on Herbert, his third interception. And the Panthers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Jerick McKinnon to take it out of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Now a dump off here complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down. They snap it to Herbert. He gets this one to Johnson.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Here's Johnson with a reception. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Herbert off of play action. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again, Herbert. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 13-yard line.
That's another Falcon.
Herbert operating from the red zone. Again, it's Johnson. Touchdown! Juwan Johnson from 13 yards out. And the Falcons are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Wilson. That is caught. It's Williams. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
A running room for Kamara on first down as he takes this forward. It's a gain of 7 there on first down. 2nd and 3 coming up.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw complete to Dotson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. Throwing is Wilson. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Here we go with Kamara. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And they'll run the end around here with Judy. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Matt Judon has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's had himself a game.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar.
All things considered, a pretty good kick. Just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck. And unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw taken in by Slayton.
And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. Looking to throw again on second down. Herbert toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Herbert on first down now. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Fields the squib kick right around the 30. So we come upon halftime, intermission here with the visiting Panthers taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today.
Emmanuel Ogbah finding his way to the ball for a big stop there behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty. Now they nabbed the rookie there for the 5-yard penalty.
So much going through his head. You know it just has to be, right? All of his assignments and realizing every game he plays, one of the better players in the league will be opposite him.
From the gun, it's Wilson. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Carolina. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Herbert. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Herbert throwing again. There's another catch by the running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
A 4-yard gain brings up 2nd and goal.
Chubb. He is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. Got to figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Juwan Johnson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Falcons are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that with
the ball is out. Kamara fumbled it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble on first down now. Here's 2nd down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Von Miller picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That's the second sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Eluding the pressure right. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2nd and 5 now. Herbert. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Pressure comes, and down he goes. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Herbert's throw complete there to Johnson. Touchdown, Falcons! Juwan Johnson, 60 yards! And the Falcons are able to come into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now Arthur Smith going to tell the offense to stay put. We're going for 2. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now it's Wilson. His throw incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons give the sack. Down he goes. Matt Judon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
This is taken at the 15. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And it will be Falcon football. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. On 1st and 10, Herbert looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
From the 36, Herbert. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. On 1st down, Justin Herbert. Out to the right here to Wilson. And they're going to get this up to midfield. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe he didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch. Is the arm there, the leg's still there? This has been a tough game. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Herbert. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Back to throw here, Herbert. Catch made by Slayton. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Again, Herbert. And he fires one incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Herbert on third down now. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 22-yard line. Herbert on first down now. Throw right side here, taken in by Bateman. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. To the air again, Herbert. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his third interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
158 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Now Wilson. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And this one now not quite over yet. Still 2 timeouts remaining defensively. And, boy, having that 3rd timeout would have really helped here.
Another example of why coaches really stress saving your timeouts for when you absolutely have to have them. They go over this all the time. Here's one of those situations.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Oh, Wilson going to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Wilson to throw. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
Hey, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Panthers,
the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year.
And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, the loss will drop them to 6-2 now on the year. And they will get a home date next week against the Los Angeles Chargers.
Come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Ay, I'll pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise, make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to.
It's that hate, boy. Yeah, my day ones here to dance at the beginning. So you know it's only right, that's how we end.